Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Bradley J. Show. It's kind of a grim day out there. But as grim as it is, I think I'll take it over the 90 or 100 degree days that are coming our way. Okay, I'm here about a travel bummer, and I need to alert you to this possibility. This did not happen to me, but I do have a trip coming up, which I'm looking forward to. And I hope this doesn't happen to me. I know it's not going to because I booked my tickets a different way than my friend did, so I should be fine. But this is something to consider. My friend alleges, let me back up. My friend, who was a guest of mine more than once on my show on WBZ, and I remained pals with her. She's a good good walking partner. And she went on a trip. She hadn't been anywhere in a while, I don't think. And she went on a trip with her fiancé to Scotland. How exciting. How nice, right? And as I understand it, when they got to the airport, the airline made them wait 24 hours to get on a flight. And it cost them $600. This is, as I understand it, this is the allegation as I understand it. I do not know this to be fact. Personally, this is what I have been told, but I'm telling you this so maybe you can research it and see if it's true. She says that when they arrived at the airport, the airline told them that their third-party ticket seller, the ones you can go to buy tickets, not directly from the airline, it's my understanding that this third-party ticket seller had changed the dates, somehow the date of the flight, which resulted in, as I understand it, them allegedly, again, not confirmed, but having to wait 24 hours and pay more money. And if that's true, if and only if that's true, couple things. If that can happen, why would you ever book through one of those third-party people? Ever. Secondly, if and only if they're really their ticket that they have says the correct dates, shouldn't the airline cut them a break and say, yeah, your third-party seller screwed up. We'll take care of it. I mean, maybe the plane was completely booked. But if not, the airline should have cut him a break. We'll see all the details. What this is a preview of what we're going to find out. It's possible that my understanding is wrong, but we'll see. Boston Bob, always there on the spot. Nice guy. He says I have a face for radio, which is, I think, isn't that supposed to be sort of a dig about my ugliness, Bob? So Bob says, don't ever buy from a third party. Always buy direct from the airline. Yeah, now we know. I mean, it's funny. That does make sense. But before this, you'd say, well, why? I thought maybe you get a better deal from the airline. But no, guess now we kind of know why. So, folks, just in case, why chance it? Don't buy through one of those third parties. And maybe even hotels, right? Although hotels generally cut more slack. Well, but it seems like, their cancellation policy is generally a little better. That Boston Bob says, travel purchasing 101. Well, geez. Bob is in the transportation industry, so he would know. He doesn't like to say exactly what he does. Keeps it on the down low. What he calls it, travel industry, right, Bob? Boston Bob. Hey, Boston Bob, do you know Bob in the North End or Robert P. in the North End? Do you keep in touch with him? I'm trying to get in touch with him. So let me change the subject just a bit now because I've teased what's coming up. When she gets back, her name's Julie. And do you remember her? She ran this service where if you were going to go on a date and you'd been dating online, you'd been trying to get a date online, she would check you out. I forget the name of the company. I never really liked the name of the company. But she would sleuth out your potential date for you. She doesn't do that anymore. I think it ended during the pandemic. But I think it's a good service. Boston Bob does not know Robert P. in the North End. Okay. Bob P. He's a guy that's conservative and active in his conservative. You know, he's not afraid to talk about it. But he seems reasonable. He's a reasonable person. So, coming up in just 25 minutes is my radio show. It's on WZBC, Boston Bob, 90.3 FM, 90.3 WZBC. It's a short show, which is fine. I kind of like it that way because I got other stuff to do. So that will be coming up at 3. If you can't catch that, you can get it on Mixcloud at it's called Ignore the Machine. That's the name of the show, Ignore the Machine. Go to Mixcloud. Mixcloud's awesome. Sign up for it. It's free, I think. Free. And then just search Ignore the Machine, and you can hear this week's or previous week's. This week's will be posted just after 4. And something I'm very excited about is the new YouTube channel called Bradley J's Boston. I had a channel called that for a while. I changed that to the Bradley J Show, but now I've added another channel, Bradley J's Boston, which is a repository, a central clearinghouse of all the stuff Boston that I have done and will do. It already includes 5 videos, including 2 day trips, one to Vermont for a glider lesson, one to the Cape for a flight in a biplane. And it visits an artist studio in Boston. It visits the Boston Arts Market in Downtown Crossing, and it visits the USS Constitution. And Bob, Julia Ann. I should send you an email, an invite right now. Do you want to come on the show right now? Tell me if you do, and I'll send you an invite. Because Julia Ann is in the business, in the weed business. And she's a small business owner, and she's had a lot of challenges, but it's working well. Hi, Joe. What's going on? I have yet to give your new channel a squiz. Is that a Massachusetts saying, squiz? A squiz? You know, on TV, I saw somebody talking about, Coke or Pepsi or whatever, and calling it soda. You want a soda? I thought, where is this taking place? A soda. That's tonic, man, from where I'm from. And then, no, they called it pop. Do you want a pop? What's that? A pop? Where's that? Alabama? A pop. Maybe a soda, but not really. It's tonic. I think we need to hang on to our roots, man. Right, Joe? Right, Julia Ann? Come on, tonic. It's tonic. Coke is tonic. Orange, tonic. Grape, tonic. Tonic. A lot of people around the world, I think of tonic as some sort of medicine, like Dr. Bonenheimer's, whatever. It's health juice. Tonic. But no, soda is tonic, and I think we all should call it tonic. When you go to the store, even if you don't want any, ask the person working in the aisle, do you have any tonic? You know, like Coke or Pepsi? Tonic. Julia Ann says, I'm working now. But you're working in your business. What could be more important than promoting that same business? That's working too. I'm working. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. But anyway, Dr. Brown. What's that? What's that, Julia? So Julia's in the, Julia is in, started a CBD business. She was the first, and I think the best CBD I ever had. It's tremendous product. And I understand that she may actually have gone into the actual weed with THC business. She's packaging orders. Look at that. Business is booming. Gene McCarthy. Tonic had some good songs. What's that mean? Oh, the band. Oh, did they? Gene. Okay. Now, really, let's be honest, Gene. I'm looking at you. You seem cool. And the woman with you seems cool with her blue hair. But did Tonic really have any good songs? Did anybody during that time have any good songs? Tonic. What were their songs, Gene? I played them. I know. That was the time of Nickelback. That was the time, wasn't it? The time of, those bands. To be honest, on commercial radio, nothing after grunge was much good for me. Like, what? Finger 11, Presidency of the United States of America. I did like Cake. He's going the distance. I did like, during that time, well, STP was grunge. Gene says, open up your eyes. Can't remember that song. I probably played it 200 times. And who else did I like during that time? Placebo, I liked. But Gene, if you want to hear some tunes that I love and I recommend, and I spend a lot of time finding good tunes, listen to my show coming up at 3. Everybody, will you listen? It's WZBC at 3. It's short. It's an hour. Or if you don't have time right now, go to Mixcloud and search Ignore the Machine. That's the Fuel. Right. That's right. Another one of those bands. Did you like Fuel, Julia? Fuel. So what period was that? 2000s? Or remember Counting Crows? I hated them. This is repetitious. I'm sorry to tell you this. Sorry to tell you this. Who was I'm happy that I can't remember the band that I really despised the most. Oh, there was kind of the leader of all that. Who are some of the huge popular bands? Help me out. I bought them. Joe says, for some reason I bought a Moog Werkstatt. You mean, is that a synthesizer? You bought a Moog synthesizer? Werk means work. Stadt means, well, with one T means street. I don't know what 2 T's. It might mean work now, because stat in the hospital means immediately. Started collecting vinyl. Oh, good. Do you go to Village Vinyl up in, please go to Village Vinyl up in Brookline Village. I like that guy. I was there the other day chatting with him. My show starts in 15 minutes, so I got to get ready. Oh, I can't. I'm still trying to think of that band that was the worst, that kind of was responsible for dragging all music down at the time. They were at all the festivals. Who was the biggest one? The biggest one back then. Help me out. Julie, Joe, Gene. Julie, Joe, Gene. and Bob. Bob's gone now. I'll tell you the thing that bummed me out. The little boy voices. I like deep voices. I like Bowie voices. I like Alice in Chains voices. I like Pearl Jam voices. I got no beef with Pearl Jam. What kind of sound? Yeah, I know. They're all guys, of course. It's not coming to... Not a boy band, but they were men. They weren't men because they all had little boy voices. I'm going to look up. Please forgive me. I'm going to look them up on my phone. I'm going to Google bands of the this is killing me. Bands of the 2000s. Bands of the 2000s. Or maybe it's the 90s. I don't know. It all kind of runs together. Okay. I know it's maybe pop up here. So here's bands of the 90s. Nirvana, no. Green Day. I will tell you, I want to like Green Day and I can't. Maybe I'll change. For a long time I didn't like Lou Diamond Phillips. Now I love him. Not Hanson, no. But thank you. Green Day, they seem phony to me because I'm a person that maintains you can't be a punk band and be successful because very inherently in punk is a self-destructiveness. If you're on a giant tour of stadiums, you're not a punk band. That is counter, even it is the opposite. Punk is made to play in a club and then burn out and the members die. You can't be a successful punk band. You could be a punk style band, I guess. Not Creed. The guy had a deep voice in Creed. Soul Asylum, no, but keep them coming. We'll get there. Smashing Pumpkins. I like the song 1979 a lot, and I like the songwriting a lot. I just don't get how Billy Corgan got a gig. I just don't get it. Blink 182. There it is. There it is. Oh, my God. Do I despise Blink 182? Just single-handedly dragging music down. Despised Blink 182. Let's take a look at this. Bands of the 90s. Nirvana, thumbs up. Green Day, thumbs down. Pearl Jam, thumbs up. Weezer, neutral. Soundgarden, thumbs up big time. Chili Peppers, no. Bummer. Because they're all about California. So I'm all about California and everything California. Californication. Blah, blah, blah. I don't live in California. It's not my reality. Don't care about you, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Smashing Pumpkins, neutral. Alice in Chains, love. Radiohead, love. Blink, despise. Foo Fighters, love. I had some nice interactions with Dave Grohl. Once when I interviewed another band, he was playing drums for them. And once at a big festival at actually the Tibetan Freedom Festival at JFK, where a woman was hit by lightning, all the bands stayed at the same hotel I was. And he came in after the concert, and he was just super friendly. Guns N' Roses, I have to grudgingly give them some props. No doubt. They're a good band, but she was mean to me once. I probably said something stupid, and she's in an interview, and she said something mean back, and so I always had a bad feeling about her. Stone Temple Pilots, love. 9 Inch Nails, triple gold star love. Pantera, fine. R.E.M., yeah, I'm going to go with neutral. I get that their songwriting is good. Rage Against the Machine. Also, I'm going to put a little better than neutral. Some of the songs were super good, but it was all angry, and I burn out on angry. Oasis, nice songwriting, but full of themselves. Bush, I feel like Larry David. You know, I don't hate Bush. The Offspring, love The Offspring way better than Green Day. Cranberries, fine. Blur, pretty cool. U2, Oedipus always felt they were overrated. Carter loves them. I loved the album Boy. And then I liked Achtung Baby. In between those, I was meh. Korn, surprisingly, Korn has some super, super good songs. Freak on a Leash is a super good song. Jane's Addiction, love Jane's Addiction. I won't go on. Sonic Youth, top 10. Hole, I asked her out on a date once. When Hole was playing at the Orpheum, I interviewed her. I said, "What are you doing for dinner?" She says, "Are you asking me out on a date?" I go, "Yep," which made it official. I did ask her out on a date. She said, I have to do sound check right now. So at least she didn't laugh. Sublime played in the studio live at WBCN. It was not unplugged. It was very plugged in. It was crazy loud. Hootie and the Blowfish, Black Crowes, I understand they're good. I wouldn't buy an album, but I understand they're good. The Verve, I kind of like them. Goo Goo Dolls, nice guys. Interviewed them at the Grammys. Flaming Lips, good. Aerosmith, you got to admit Aerosmith is super good. Killer, wonderful, good. Everclear, meh. Incubus, they had a couple good songs. Blind Melon, no thank you. Tool, fantastic. It's difficult, but fantastic. My friend's in a Tool cover band, Tool tribute band now, and they're touring Europe. New Kids on the Block. You'd think I'd bum on them, but nope. Juliet saw Incubus of the Year and Tool. Wow. So how was Incubus? Mother Love Bone. Yeah, there you go. Rob Zombie. Interesting about Rob Zombie. He was always mean when I interviewed him, but I feel like that was part of his. Some bands, if they have a mean persona, they feel they need to carry their persona into the interview. Or maybe he was just a mean person. But it was always a bummer to interview him. But I did it because it was my job. I went in very prepared and suffered his meanness and did my job. He had a couple good songs, though. More Human Than Human. Guns N' Roses. They are great. Yep. Or Julia, who are you saying they are great about? Blink? I hope not. Tool was amazing. No, Incubus was amazing. Okay. Make sure when you leave a comment that it's referencing another comment that I know which one. Okay. All that was because I live to denigrate Blink-182. No, that's not true because that would be a waste of time, but... And I just didn't like REM. Got to give him credit, especially for the early days. Especially Orange Crush. I just think that's a fine song. Smiley Happy People, I get it, but Pop Was My Dad. Oh, I see. I thought that was a band. We're going back to the Tonic. It's Tonic. Pop Was My Dad. No, I bet you didn't call your dad Pop. Because nobody did that in New England either, right? Gee, Pop. Timmy did that in Lassie, right? It was Dad and Ma. Ma! Hey, Ma! Where's my socks? Ma. It wasn't not Mom or Mother. It wasn't Pop. Mom and Pop. Did you really tell me honestly, Bob? I know you're an honest person. Did you really call your father Pop? I don't think so. Old REM, exactly. I'm cutting it close here. I got to go do the show. So right now, if you're with me, Gene McCarthy and Julia Ann and Bob and Bob, that's right, you. Even if you're working, I know you can listen to the radio. Bob, thanks. Boston Bob said I sounded terrific on the Morgan show. Well, I have to because I have a face, it's natural because I have a face for radio. I'm all set. Of course, I'm going to be good. I enjoy being on with Morgan. He's a fine man. He's a kind and super interesting man. He's very generous with his show, and I appreciate it. All right. I will when the time comes. I like these impromptu get-togethers, though. I will, when the time comes, have my friend on to get the details on this travel story. But in the meantime, don't take a chance if you're booking any travel. Go to the airline website. And one thing's interesting is, I don't know if things have gotten better or whether it's just a different airline, but last trip I went on, or actually was going to go on, but had to cancel. So I had to contact the airline to get information for my travel insurance. Couldn't get contact with them. It was horrible. On the hold for hours, and then when again and again, like hours, multiple times, and when I finally got through to them, they said, "I can't help you. You got to go online to get that." I tried to go online to get that. Could not get the information necessary. But most recently when I booked with another airline. 5 minutes, there was somebody on the phone to ask questions of. So do this before you book. And don't just go by price. Try calling the airline and see if they actually pick up the phone. Because if you get in a jam, you might need to contact them. And it is a nightmare when you can't contact your phone. Okay, so now does everyone know where to go right now? You're going to go to WZBC on your radio or stream it. Just Google WZBC. Google WZBC and just hit listen. And my show will be starting. Whoa, I got to go. It's in the other room. The studio's in the other room. Okay. I'm out in the lobby. Ciao for now. This is fun. And thank you very much for all your loyalty. Bob, Boston Bob, thank you. Julia, Joe, and Gene. Gene's kind of new, but I hope you'll pop in whenever you see me on. And if somebody wants to be on visually with me, let me know. Get me an email. And unless you're, I will make the call. I mean, I will decide whether I want to do that or not. Nothing personal, but you have to be trustworthy to be on the show. And I don't mean honest. I just mean I got to have some clue as to how you're going to be. So I kind of got to know you. Shoot me an email. There we go. Whoa, it's getting late. I must run. Bye now. How do you turn this off? How do you turn it off? Okay. Peace. Glenn did bury the hatchet. That's right. Oh, good. It's not over. Yes, Bob, I'm glad that we